She always talks about how she wants to work, but I feel as though she's worked enough.
She has people around who are yes people and allowing this to continue.
This is all too much. Go! Drive! I have no idea where we are.
Y'all, so it looks like Wendy Williams' son Kevin Jr. has had enough of his mom getting robbed blind by her court-appointed guardian. He's finally fighting back and threatening to sue the guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, in court. A rumor has it that Sabrina has been using and manipulating Wendy to steal from her. But the final straw was when Sabrina illegally sold Wendy's cherished New York penthouse for a ridiculously low price. She has also allegedly been starving Wendy, often not feeding her for days, and Kevin Jr. is not about to let this slide. Word on the street is that he's taking Sabrina to court, challenging her guardianship and aiming to free his mom once and for all. Get ready for some serious drama, y'all, because Kevin Jr. is prepared to take it all the way. Okay, folks, we need to have a serious conversation about Wendy Williams because things are getting seriously shady. You know, she's been off the radar for a long time now and not making money like she used to. Normally, this wouldn't be such a biggie because she's been grinding since the 90s and she should have a cushy nest egg, right? Well, unfortunately, it looks like that's not the case here. It's been a few months since Wendy Williams' documentary hit the screens and fans have been eagerly waiting for good news about her recovery. But alas, the updates aren't anything but rosy. In fact, things have taken a turn for the worse. Wendy's son claims that the root of her problem is her court-appointed guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, who is allegedly taking advantage of her and stealing her money. Wendy's woes started in 2021 after she had to step down from her show due to health issues, and they have been going from bad to worse ever since. It's got so bad that her bank, Wells Fargo, took her to court, asking the courts to place her under a conservatorship, claiming that she wasn't well mentally and couldn't handle her money. Well, the courts ended up granting this motion, and she was placed under the conservatorship of a woman named Sabrina Morrissey. But according to Wendy's son, Sabrina is chasing her own selfish interests by allegedly mistreating Wendy and stealing from her. In an interview with the Sun, he claimed that she was being manipulated by Sabrina, saying, "I know there are all sorts of things happening that I know in her right mind she would never agree to. As hard as it is seeing her being taken advantage of, I know that if I'm making sure she as a person is okay, that is the important thing." So it's clear that Kevin loves his mom very much, and he's pained to see how she's being manipulated and taken advantage of. He also said what's been made more important by the people around her is that while her health may not be great, she needs to keep on earning income, and in my opinion, that should not be a priority at all. And whoever has been hired, they are taking advantage of someone who needs to get better. He also claimed that the people were taking advantage of her drinking, saying, "There are a lot of people who are very aware that there is an issue with her drinking and how that issue may be helped, but I think these people are taking advantage of it while allowing it to play out to make it look like they aren't causing the issue. If they aren't providing it, they are definitely enabling a type of personality and giving her the green light to drink." But her son was not the only one who tried to raise an alarm, because her brother also tried to warn us. When news came out that Wendy was planning to launch a podcast to film a reality show, her brother didn't mince words. He accused Sabrina and Wendy's team of exploiting her, making her work when it was obvious she wasn't in the right frame of mind. He said, "This is not a woman who's in the right frame of mind to get a show going. Why are you even here? Do you see the condition she's in? Does it look like she's ready to start a podcast, for goodness sake? It doesn't. Whatever they do with it, they're gonna do. It's gonna be sad. I can't blame Wendy for anything. I want her to get better. She is not better, so I can't be mad at her for any of this." There were more reports that Wendy was being kept away from her family, but the situation got worse when we found out that Wendy was selling off her personal items. And an insider leaked this, saying, "Wendy has been calling people, asking them to help sell all her stuff. She is asking for recommendations on places that can sell furniture for you." The insider added that in her preparation for her move, she wanted to see how she could list items on her home, which could potentially include her iconic purple chair, among other keepsakes. So yeah, we finally got a first-hand glimpse of how bad things were in Wendy's documentary and how it was a real eye-opener. Right from the start, it was clear that Wendy wasn't in the best state of mind. She began by saying she was broke and had nothing left, which made it evident that she might be struggling with her drinking issues.
She was put in front of a judge and given a guardian. That was when they took her away from us.
I have no money, and I'm gonna tell you something. If it happens to me, it could happen to you.
As her family,
We were all sitting on the sidelines watching, and she was crying out for help.
Did you drink this whole thing today?
Keep it there.
Okay.
Keep it there.
In the same documentary, her son also revealed that he didn't believe that the guardian, Sabrina, was taking care of Wendy, and he thought she was leaving Wendy open to being taken advantage of.
I feel like the guardian has not done a good job of protecting my mom.
My life. My life.
Right now, she's weak and vulnerable, and she needs to be around people who aren't going to take advantage of that.
I have no friends. You know how many people come out to support you?
Well, interestingly, back in 2022, Wendy's ex, Kevin Hunter, was the first to expose this guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, for taking advantage of Wendy. But let's be real, we didn't take him too seriously back then since he was also eyeing Wendy's fortune. He said, Wendy was in rehab and these people just stopped depositing my money cold turkey. These people have tried to starve me out. At the end of the day, I earned that money and I'm not letting them take it. I know she's not in a good place and she is surrounded by people who are taking advantage of her condition, including this so-called guardianship. But Wendy's condition in the documentary was so shocking that fans immediately started demanding answers. Then her sister and niece spilled the tea, revealing that Sabrina had been isolating Wendy from her family. They claimed that they had to go through Sabrina every time they wanted to talk to Wendy. Her sister, Wanda Finney, claimed that the last time her family had seen her was in 2021, saying when she was in Florida, there were a number of people involved. Even beyond family, there were doctors involved and people in Wendy's professional world were involved. She had a health team in place, nurses in place, and she had a family in place. She was getting healthier. She also said, I don't think there's anyone Wendy needed more than her family. Separate the money part. All I want to know is that my sister is going to live and that she's going to be healthy. The concern of the family has always been Wendy's health. But Wendy's niece, Alex Finney, also discussed the extreme measures that Wendy's guardian took to keep her away from her family. Alex claimed that Wendy is required to call her family members from a blocked phone number, meaning they can't reach out directly to her. Alex also said, and I say this honestly, we went through birthdays, we went through the holidays, we went through illness. There was a period when my grandfather was in the hospital. There was no way to contact her and let her know what was going on with her 93-year-old father. The next thing we knew, we found out that Wendy had been diagnosed with dementia. According to her doctor, in 2023, after undergoing a battery of medical tests, Wendy was officially diagnosed with primary progressive aphasia and frontotemporal dementia, FTD. Her symptoms, which combined impact her language and behavior and cognitive functions, have already presented significant hurdles in Wendy's life. With all this drama and the diagnosis, you'd think Wendy would finally get the care she desperately needs, right? I mean, she's really sick, so surely the people the law put in charge would step up. But no, that's not the case. According to an insider, things have only gotten worse. Wendy's friend Regina Shell dished that Wendy is being silenced by her guardian, who's allegedly encouraging her to drink because it makes it easier for her to manipulate. Can you believe that? Regina said, "This is a Britney Spears thing, only it's worse. Since it's not even Wendy's family who has control. At least with Britney Spears, it was her dad. It was her family. This is a woman who's not even family. And how does this guardian get all this standing?" Regina also said, "Initially, when I was staying with Wendy in the summertime, we were like triangulated. We were speaking to Sabrina, but then she kind of disappeared." She also claimed that Wendy was being starved and she barely got good food or even food at all on time. She said Wendy would order food at like 7:30 in the morning and breakfast wouldn't arrive till 11:30, and by that time she's ready for lunch. When I went back to Los Angeles, I would have to send her food from Los Angeles to New York from a delivery service because she wasn't getting. The communication wasn't there. And she had no other access to money other than this guardian. Y'all, this is so upsetting. And fans commented, "Sheesh, I feel bad for her, but if anyone ever doubted karma, they need to look at this woman's life." Another fan commented, "Why is this Sabrina person not being investigated? Who does she have in her back pocket in the New York court system?" And this other fan said, "I wish they would try to obtain Britney Spears' legal team to help." Y'all, this situation is heartbreaking and we're wondering if Wendy is ever gonna make it through this. Drop your thoughts and comments below and then check out this next video.